A novel within a novel. The 40 Rules of Love tell us about two parallel storylines spanning two very different cultures and 7 centuries. Most of the time, it takes me a day or two to finish a book. This novel, on the other hand, took me 2 weeks to finish. Because I found myself not just reading, but also absorbing the words into my mind and spirit. Yes, it is that good. Renowned Turkish author Elif Shafak presents 2 fascinating and parallel tales in this lyrical and vibrant novel. Ella, a homemaker, is the heroine in the first tale in novel. As part of her new employment, she is required to read a book that changes her life. The second tale is based on the 13th century novel, Sweet Blasphemy, which depicts the lives and interactions of Shams of Tabrizi and Rumi. This book's author Aziz Zahara leads her to think that her relationships and lives would be transformed, much as Rumi's life was altered by the Sham of Tabrizi. While writing The 40 Rules of Love, a novel of Rumi, Elif Shafak employed a sophisticated and unusual narrative style. From Northampton to Alexandria, Baghdad to Washington and Konya, in Turkey, the book takes the reader on a historical and a geographic trip. Beginning with Ella, the prosperous dentist's wife, and her children, the story takes place in the current day. A sedentary and boring existence is led by the family in Northampton, Massachusetts. Ella is an English literature graduate, gets work as a book reviewer, and she is excited because the book is about Shams of Tabrizi, who is the subject of Sweet Blasphemy by Aziz Zahara, lives in Turkey, who is unknown to the public, is the author. Sweet Blasphemy is set in the 13th century and it portrays the journey of a rather famous pair, Shams of Tabrizi and his student, Rumi, a Sufi poet. Shams of Tabrizi, a wandering dervish and thorough Sufi, he outlines the 40 rules of love that he teaches to fellow Sufi lovers in the form of a book. As a result of his ability to see into the future, he is able to predict his own death. He decides to pass on his knowledge to someone who is as soulful as he is. He travels all the way to Baghdad to find Rumi, a cleric with an unsettled soul. Everyone around him, including Rumi's family, are hostile and dissatisfied with Shams' knowledge-sharing efforts to Rumi. Due to his guidance, Rumi became one of the most prestigious Sufi poets of all time, despite all difficulties and risks he faced during the time. Shams teaches the 40 rules of love, which he both preaches and practices to Rumi. Rumi is inspired by Shams to become the poet, as he was intended to be, as one of the world's most powerful and deep voices of knowledge. Same like them, Ella is inspired to leave her marriage by Aziz's narrative about Rumi and Shams. The novel and the man who wrote it both attracts Ella's attention. After first being reluctant to read a book set in a period and place so far and different from her own, initiates an email relationship with him. As she reads, she begins to rethink the numerous ways in which she has settled for a conventional existence, which is lacking of passion and true love. Elif Shafak's 40 Rules of Love isn't that particularly joyful or simple to convey. Living a genuine life comes with a price. But, as the novel shows, the costs of not living one are far greater. Novel within a novel, The 40 Rules of Love tells two parallel stories that mirror each other across two very different cultures and 7 intervening centuries. The book is organized into 5 sections: earth, water, wind, fire, and emptiness. As the book progresses, narrative is so intriguing that at no point one feels bored because of the richness of description and the discovery of an unknown place and time. The 40 rules are weaved into the tale, so that none of it looks like a lecture. A number of thoughts began with these observations, and I often pause to consider their significance and how they may be applied to my situations. You can pause this video here and read some of the rules have been abbreviated and are followed by author's interpretation of their meaning. Shams clearly eclipses Rumi throughout the book, despite the subtitle declaring it to be a novel of Rumi. There are many parallels between the 13th century plot and the one in modern times, including social unrest, religious disagreement, the 40 rules, and the protagonist's age, which is why it's the best time of her life, and the unsettling, lovelorn heart of Rumi as is Ella's. Shams clearly eclipses Rumi throughout the book, despite the subtitle declaring it to be a novel of Rumi. There are many parallels between the 13th century plot and the one in modern times, including social unrest, religious disagreement, the 40 rules, and the protagonist's age, which is why it's the best time of her life, and the unsettling, lovelorn heart of Rumi as is Ella's. The guiding light that Shams is for Rumi, as Aziz is for Ella, and the significant outcomes of these unnamed associations. Shafak combines the rational intellect with universal impulses in The 40 Rules of Love, a novel of Rumi, combining fictional and historical storylines to highlight the problems that all people face in their quest for purpose and escape from suffering. The guiding light that Shams is for Rumi, as Aziz is for Ella, and the significant outcomes of these unnamed associations. Shafak combines the rational intellect with universal impulses in The 40 Rules of Love, a novel of Rumi, combining fictional and historical storylines to highlight the problems that all people face in their quest for purpose and escape from suffering. Many things that happen in life are beyond our ability to understand. Even the greatest philosophers and mystics analyze the universe through their own prisms of understanding. Destiny has a role in people's lives, whether they are motivated by fear or love. Rumi's words were the only thing that helped me grasp the story's meaning. Love is inexplicable. It is something that can only be discovered via personal experience. Love is inexplicable, yet it explains everything. This novel, like love, must be experienced, not just read. I would like to be your friend, and in return I need your suggestions and feedback. If you liked this review, please spread the word. If you don't like it, share it with us in comments section. Ciao, ciao, brown cow.